Saturday, everybody. It is Christine here with gaugegirltraining, and I am actually doing some meal prep. I am making a hormone-friendly meal, and I figured we can talk about this. I can answer your questions live. So happy Saturday and welcome to the live stream. I have a very busy weekend, a very busy week ahead, and by prepping some foods, this is going to make my life a lot easier. So I'll be explaining everything that I'm making. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Susan. And we're going to be on this live stream for a minute. So get comfortable, grab a cup of tea or coffee, and I'm going to show you guys all the ingredients that I'm working with. So I'm going to be making a hormone-friendly curry dish. And I have some hot pepper, some jalapenos. Good morning. Some of my favorite hormone balancing ingredients are in front of me right now, and you guys know what they are. I got all of this from the farmer's market, so check out this sweet lost connection. All right, there we go. This is so wild. I had a dream that I came into your house. That's so wild as well. Welcome, welcome everybody. So the thing is, when you want to balance your hormones, and you don't necessarily need a hormone imbalance to eat this way. I personally eat this way a few times a year when I am going through phases of extreme stress. I find that it's easier to regulate my appetite when I am eating higher fats and lower carbs, because who here stress eats? And if you guys want to see what I'm chopping, I'm gonna just start off. I have some ginger right here. I'm gonna be chopping up ginger. And the recipe that I'm doing calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but 2 cloves of garlic just doesn't cut it for me because I like to measure garlic with my heart. Please let me know how you feel about garlic, but I love garlic. So I always like to start these big 1-pot meals, and I just want to show you, this is the pot that I'm going to be using. I like to start these big 1-pot meals with chopped garlic, typically chopped ginger, and what I'll do is I will take 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, olive oil is not all created equal. I strongly recommend Casandrinos olive oil. It is direct from Greece. It is organic. It is the best tasting olive oil I have ever had in my life. You're an emotional eater for sure, and you love garlic. Guys, when it comes to emotions, you got to measure garlic with your heart. And I am just for an F ton of garlic. But believe it or not, does anyone else have this conundrum where you like garlic, but you don't like onions? You stress, you believe in vampire protection. I think that is hilarious. So you go ham on garlic. Does anybody else here like garlic, but doesn't like onions? That's me. I don't know how people tell me that it's weird, but anyway, I'm going to be chopping this stuff up. So while I'm doing that, I want to talk to you guys about why higher fats is better for your hormones. Estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, all these things that our bodies create, these are actually steroid hormones. And a steroid hormone is a steroid because it is derived off of cholesterol. And cholesterol is fat, and cholesterol isn't necessarily bad. Every single one of your cells in your body is made of fat. So the thing is, in order to regenerate the hormones that your body needs in order to be balanced with your nutrient levels and balanced with your hormones, you need a good bit of healthy fats. And going higher in fat and lower in carb also does something else. It helps to manage and regulate your insulin. So is there anybody here watching this? I'm gonna start with, this is about how much ginger I'm using, like a nub of fresh ginger. This is maybe like an inch and a half. So I'm just gonna dice this up. But is there anybody here who finds that the more stressed you are, the more likely you are to have sugar cravings? High cortisol can make it really easy to have high sugar cravings, and it can almost get you to the point where you feel like you can't stop eating carbohydrates. Does anybody fall into that realm? And when you get in that realm where you just feel like you can't stop eating, and I'm not talking like about binging, but like your body just physically wants more and more and more and more, and it's almost low-key annoying. Does that make sense? And the reason why this happens, my friends, is for several reasons. Number one, when you have insulin management issues and your blood sugar is all jacked up, you could be eating, but your body is not receiving the energy from that food. So you can see, here's the ginger. I'm gonna dump this in the pot. What's happening is you're starving on a cellular. How much you eat, the end. That's a problem. And what ends up happening is, according to your body, you did not receive them. And the reason they did not receive them is because there is a resistance for your body with regards to your insulin levels. And when that starts happening, you guys, it's a wrap. Everything you eat is going to be stored as body fat. When you're stressed, you want all the carbs. And I'm telling you, so what I'm making is, I'm going to do a batch meal here. I'm cooking. I guess I'm gonna call it, I don't really have a name for what I'm about to make, a loaded veggie chicken curry, basically. A loaded veggie chicken curry. And I'm going to be using coconut milk. I have two different kinds. I'm using coconut milk as the base. I'm gonna be using some sunflower butter. This is gonna make such an amazing sauce. I have some lemon and lime for you guys just joining. I have broccoli. I have cauliflower. I have my Bugs Bunny carrots. I have kale, and I have chicken thighs. So right now, I just chopped the ginger, I'm chopping the garlic, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep the chicken. So I am funny when it comes to chicken. And specifically, I am very funny when it comes to chicken thighs. So typically, when you buy chicken, you can either buy the boneless, skinless, or you can buy the chicken with the skin and the bone, right? So here's the thing. I'm weird like that. When I use chicken thighs, I like to keep the skin because it keeps the chicken really nice, but I like to discard the bone. And I like to discard the bone because I don't want to deal with it later. And not only that, I just prefer it that way. So here's what I have. I have 2.5 pounds of chicken thighs. And I'm going to cut the bone out of them, and then I am going to cut the chicken into smaller pieces and saute it. But in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I'm looking for my cooking scissors. So let me find those real quick. And if you guys are enjoying this, please give me a thumbs up here on this live stream because it helps your girl out very much. I literally just had my cooking scissors. Of course, I've reached the second I need it. Well, you know what, guys? Looks like I'm gonna have to use the knife, which is fine. We will manage and we will make do. We will manage and we will make do. I just like the scissors, but oh well. Okay, so if you're watching this and you're like, you know what, Christine, I really need to do what you're doing. I really need to get on my meal prep grind. So just a heads up, so you guys know, garlic ginger, and I'm gonna put the stove on low. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put the stove on low. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of the Casandrino's olive oil. And I have that on low. I'm just gonna start doing a very low saute. I'm not gonna put the temperature too high because I wanna just give myself time to prep my chicken. Okay, so we have that. And the reason I'm doing this, you guys, it makes a nice big batch of food. This will probably last me at least 3 to 4 days. So, all right, I have my chicken thigh. And I'm going to cut the bone. I don't want to pick the bone out later and all of that stuff. Now, like I said, you guys can buy boneless, skinless, but I like the fat from the skin. Do I have anybody here who loves a crispy chicken thigh? I love a crispy chicken thigh. And the skin is the best part, in my opinion. So it's very flavorful. Especially when you're trying to make it crispy, but I like the added fat. So took the bone out. There's a little bit of extra meat here. I'm gonna cut that. So I'm going to do all of that. So just give me a few moments while I'm doing that. But in the meantime, I want you guys to feel free to ask me questions while I am prepping this. Feel free to ask me questions about hormones, because I've been talking about hormones a lot lately because I feel that female hormones are very poorly misunderstood. I think the mass public thinks that us as women just blame everything on our hormones, when the reality is fluctuating estrogen levels directly impacts the neurochemistry of your brain. There are things called neurohormones. Did you guys know that? There are things called neurohormones, and we're talking about like norepinephrine, we're talking about dopamine, and we're talking about serotonin. And when you are dealing with fluctuating estrogen levels, what happens to your neurohormones? Your body's ability to create the feel-good hormone, that dopamine, that's what's lit up in your brain when you are happy. Well, guess what? Women with PMS, PMDD, polydysmorphic, premenstrual dysmorphic disorder, women who go through postpartum depression, the neurohormones in their brain are lit up, and meaning they are suppressing your body's natural ability to create the feel-good hormones when your estrogen levels are fluctuating. And this happens very regularly, and it's a problem. And a lot of times people are like saying that women just blame their hormones and we're not accountable for how we feel. You've taken a balancing hormone supplement. Is that sufficient with balancing hormones? A supplement is going to help. However, I do have a fantastic hormone reset supplement bundle. And the thing is, hormone balance needs to occur from several aspects. It needs to occur, number one, from an insulin management system perspective. Insulin management is primarily something that needs to be navigated through your food. The next aspect of hormone balance is you need to balance your gut microbiome, because if your gut health is off, your ability to metabolize estrogen in the gut is going to be limited. And when your estrogen metabolism in the gut is limited, your body is going to be inflamed. And as a result, it is going to be very, very difficult to minimize hormonal bloating. Another aspect of hormone balance is detoxification of excess circulating hormones, and that's really done effectively through dietary fiber. So the hormone in autism mixed with female hormones is a bad mix. Any suggestions or food with more dopamine? So the thing is, you can't just give your body more dopamine. One second. You can't just arbitrarily give your body more dopamine. It doesn't work that way. And the reason why you can't just give your body more dopamine, hang on friends, I just gotta wash my hands. You can't just give your body more dopamine because dopamine is regulated by your hormones. Dopamine is regulated by your estrogen levels. So dopamine is a neurohormone regulated by your estrogen. So you want to get your estrogen under control. Does that make sense? So now that I have my chicken ready, I'm going to start, I turned the temperature up. Let me see, can you guys see here? Let me see. All right, I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. All right, is that better? I think you guys can see. I want you to see inside the pot. All right, that works, okay. What are you talking about? I've been not able to absorb food. I've been trying to lose weight, insulin issues. So what I'm doing, you guys, I am making a coconut chicken curry with lots of vegetables. Good plant-based alternative for fatty proteins. That's a great question. And I actually have a plant-based hormone reset, which is phenomenal if you are vegan. I'm not even vegan, and I like that plan. So guys, the next thing I'm doing right now, I'm sauteing the ginger and garlic and the olive oil. I'm gonna take my chicken and I'm chopping it into smaller pieces. So this is kind of annoying because I want my cooking scissors. Hang on, they gotta be here somewhere. I use them all the time, every single day. Oh well, let me just use this knife. So, good plant-based alternative for fatty proteins. The thing is, the question you're asking, it's not just a one-off thing. I can't just say, just use X, because when the way I make it work for my plant-based folks is a combination of things. But I would say one of the best things that you could use for plant-based fatty protein is my favorite, which is hemp-based tofu. Hemp-based tofu is high in fat, it's got no carbs, and it's awesome. It's awesome. You've been eyeing the Hormone Reset bundle for way too long now. You need to buckle down and get it, girl. I strongly encourage you to get it. And not only that, the Hormone Reset supplement bundle is on sale. I've extended it through the weekend, and you guys can get an additional 25% off. And I just want you guys to understand how much better you will feel when you start managing your hormones, because it's one of those things I can talk to you guys until I am blue in the face. I could tell you guys all damn day to do this, to do this, to do this. But I'm telling you guys, if I literally jumped out of this camera and stepped into your house and cooked for you for an entire week, imagine I cooked for you every single meal, right? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Picture this for a minute, and I'm being serious. I'm talking the highest quality organic ingredients. Imagine every meal cooked for you fresh every single day. And imagine organic groceries, nice produce, nicely plated food. I'm telling you guys, I know for a fact that I could get every single one of you feeling better. But the thing is, I can't go inside of every single one of your homes. I can't do that. But what I can do is teach you how to do this for yourself. And the thing is, you guys, it's so important to navigate these things, because any doctor that you go to, what are they going to tell you? You guys know what I'm going to say. Come to California. I love California, and I would love to come to California. What does every doctor say when you want to test your hormones and you're feeling off? Our society likes to convince women that we are crazy. They like to convince us that we are crazy. They like to convince us that it's our hormones. And they just want us to suffer in silence. Oh my gosh. California is amazing. They want us to suffer in silence. And it's not cool. It's not cool. It's not okay. And the problem is, how many of you ladies watching this right now have had a conversation in your head with yourself where you've said to yourself, you know what? This is it for me. Like, this is just where my body lands now. This is just what it's going to be. Like, and you're trying to convince yourself to be content. You're trying to push yourself to be content, which is good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with contentment, but in right now, if you just don't feel yourself, I can't tell you how many ladies I've talked to recently who are like, in the last few years, like they've just gained all this weight and COVID had a lot, but they just can't, they just don't feel like themselves anymore. And if you're watching this and you're like, and you don't recognize your body, if you don't want to have sex with the lights on, if you are feeling not yourself, if your libido is off, if your energy is low, if you're fatigued, if the idea, yes, you know you need to go to the gym, you know you need to work out, but if like the idea of even just going for a walk is hard for you to schedule in, it's hard for you to squeeze that in, just because, and you want to, but your energy is so dang low. You need to focus on bringing your hormones to a place of balance first. And you don't need to just jump on something aggressive, something very low calorie, because what the meal I'm cooking, you guys, is something that is healing. It's higher calories. It's something that is nourishing. And you will be shocked, because on this protocol, this is not a low calorie meal plan. The hormone reset, how do you reset your hormones? You need to raise your metabolism. You need to get more nutrients that are going to help create the right balance of hormones. Watching your videos, I realized I had hormonal belly. Since I started menstruating, I would get a period for 2 weeks at a time, and they just put you on birth control no matter what I tried to do. And that is insane. That is insane, and that's just not okay. And my point is, guys, we need to say, you know what, my body needs healing. And if your body needs healing, guess what? That's okay. It is okay for your body to require healing. It is okay. And I'm telling you, eating properly, getting the right nutrients, getting your hormones in balance, it is the greatest gift that you could possibly give to yourself. Why? It directly affects your mood, directly affects your brain, directly affects your energy levels. Those three things right there, without any weight loss benefits, which there are, but like, who here wants to not be so tired all the damn time? And the thing is, if you are so tired, does this ever happen to anybody here? Does anyone here ever get so tired that you have become numb to caffeine? Does that ever happen to anybody? That happens to me. You get so tired that it doesn't matter how much coffee you drink, you're still tired. And that's not normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? We like to think that's normal. That's not normal. That is cortisol. That is high cortisol, and that's not normal. Your body needs to reset. And how many of you watching this are like, you know what? I have been eating trash. I do need, like, what, Christine, what you're doing right now, I need to be cooking right alongside you. You don't drink coffee, though. The thing is, that's fine. You don't have to necessarily drink coffee. Okay, so I added everything. You have to go to sleep. You literally cannot function. I'm so tired. That sucks, girl. I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands really quick. I'm going to wash the cutting board real quick, and then I'm going to start working on the veggies. So while you guys are here watching, could you please give me a thumbs up on the live stream? Give me a thumbs up because it helps me out very much. It helps the algorithms out here on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys being here. And I can't wait to show you this whole meal and how it turns out. And I have to hustle up because I have an appointment that I got to get to shortly. All right, so we reset. So now I have this on like a medium low. I could be cooking this faster, but the reason I'm not is because I'm like chopping up vegetables and stuff. You've been so tired where your espresso does not work. And that sucks. That sucks. All right, so we're gonna start with my Bugs Bunny carrots. Has anybody here like to go to farmers markets? I'm obsessed with farmers markets. I love me a farmers market. And I'm here in the Philadelphia area, and we're not too far from Lancaster County. Yes, I am cooking chicken thighs. I am making a hormone balancing, kind of like a chicken curry style recipe. So I chopped all of the tops off of my carrots. I'm gonna rinse these real quick. I'm going to add all of these to the, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna add all of these. I'm gonna add 2 of these. And the reason why I'm not adding all of them, carrots are hormones, but I don't want to add too many because they are a little carbs. So the thing is, when you do my hormone reset protocol, you guys, it is actually on sale this weekend. It's normally $199. It is on sale today for only $79. And with that, you get the hormone reset protocol. It's available in original and plant-based. You receive a free 12-week metabolic boosting training protocol for home and gym. And the plan has menus, it has recipes, it has grocery lists, it has macros, it has step-by-step instructions of how to follow it. You can follow the plan for a minimum of 21 days, but most people end up following it for up to 6 weeks, if not longer, because the recipes are so stinking good. And I do have plant-based as well. My question keeps being unseen. I don't see your question, girl, so if you can repost it, let me know. All right, so here's the carrot that I am adding. I'm adding 2 medium carrots to the pot. And I'm starting to bring the temperature up. So now, like I said, you guys, I started it with 2 tablespoons of olive oil from Casandrinos, garlic, ginger. And I added 2.5 pounds of chicken thighs with the bones removed. And now I just added 2 carrots so you guys can see what's happening here. So I'm gonna start working. Let that just kind of cook a while. Now I'm gonna bring the heat up a bit. I'm gonna bring the heat up so that way that can cook more. So the next ingredients that I'm gonna be adding, I will be adding my coconut milk. Coconut milk. Where can you find hemp tofu? You can only find regular tofu. I find it at Whole Foods, or you can also go online and type in hemp tofu, and you can also see where it is available near you. One other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Has anyone ever seen these? I have converted to these. I forget the brand. The brand is Ello. You guys see that? E-L-L-O. You guys see that? I now only use these. These are like silicone, like it's a substitute for like plastic baggies. And I rewash them when I'm done with them. And guys, I have not bought plastic like Ziploc baggies. I have not bought them in 6 months. And I got these at, I think I got them at like TJ Maxx or Target. Guys, these are my extra carrots. They're so wonderful. I strongly encourage you. They are amazing. Again, Ello, E-L-L-O is the brand that I'm using. It's, again, not sponsored. I just wanted to put you guys on because I've been really big about just like not wasting stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and they do save the planet. All right, so cooking that now, I'm going to start adding my spices, which is my favorite part. So we are adding curry. We are gonna add paprika. Why don't we throw in some bay leaves? I need to find my turmeric. All right, here we go. We're gonna go ham. And could you use a measuring spoon? Yes, if I was like writing this out as a recipe, yes, but realistically, I like to measure spices with my heart. So we're gonna start with curry. And who just loves the smell of curry? It smells so stinking good. So we're gonna add this. I'm being liberal with it. I'm gonna be very liberal with it. And based off of what I'm adding, this is probably, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon. Maybe half a teaspoon. All right, we got curry. Gosh, that smells so stinking good. Next, turmeric. We're gonna go to town with turmeric. So please give this a like. Give it a thumbs up if you like turmeric. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Whew, it smells good. Now I'm putting tons of this. Turmeric is amazing. What does it do? It is anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory. This is going to get your body feeling right. I'm putting a ton of it on here. A ton. And I want you guys to see how much I'm putting. Check that out. It's like covered. All right, turmeric. I'm going to just drop a bay leaf. I'm just going to drop a bay leaf in there. Bay leaf actually helps to lower your triglycerides. I don't know the hemp tofu name off the top of my head, but shoot me a DM over on Instagram. I'll look it up and I'll let you know. I know there's like a dash of paprika. Now, my next round of spices, because I love me some spices. Okay. This next ingredient is going to shock you guys. Guess what else I'm putting in here? Okay. Obviously, we're going to do some black pepper. All right, fresh black pepper. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of cumin. This is going to be so yummy. Cumin. Cumin is the stuff that gives tacos that specific smell. You guys know what I'm talking about? Now, secret sauce. Ready? Cinnamon. Yes. Has anyone ever put cinnamon in their curry? It is so good. Cinnamon is great at regulating your blood glucose, and it is awesome. All right, so now I got everything in there. I am stirring it up. Stirring. Gonna keep stirring. Get my seasonings all nice and worked through. Now, the chicken is still not 100% cooked, which I don't want to cook it too fast because I need to leave time as I add more veggies. So I'd say right now the chicken is probably like 80% cooked. All right, so we're gonna let that keep cooking. Now in the meantime, while that's going, I am going to add the next ingredient. What's my next ingredient? Oh, I have a cookbook, Casey. Unlock your macro type. I have tons of recipes in there. I'm gonna be adding coconut milk. And you guys, I'm telling you, you definitely want to add You put cinnamon in your coffee, it's good, but I'm telling you guys, if you've ever put cinnamon in like a savory dish, it is amazing. So now there's a couple ways you can do this. Some people, when it comes to coconut milk, you see this? See like this liquidy stuff at the top? Some people pour this off and then just stick to the cream. I'm gonna keep the liquid because I'm gonna allow it to cook off and condense because I want some liquid to this batch that I'm making. The reason I want some liquid is because I'm gonna be adding lots of vegetables to it, and I want there to be like space to hold it, because when you guys see how much vegetables I add, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm adding a full can. This is organic coconut milk. I'm adding the full can. Now, the fat is still at the bottom. So I'm taking a spoon. You see how like it just stopped because of the temperature? I'm gonna scoop it all out. You guys see what I'm saying? I'm gonna scoop all the good stuff out because this is what's going to make this absolutely delicious. It's going to make this absolutely amazing. Now, guess what I'm gonna do now? I am actually going to add another can of coconut milk. 2 full cans of coconut milk. Yes. This is just gonna be so delicious. So I had 2 different brands of coconut milk that just happened to be in my pantry. So let me open the other one. And I'm telling you guys, this batch is gonna last me probably 3 days, maybe 4 if I'm lucky, but probably 3. And it's so good. It is so good. All right, so coconut milk, you see that like the hard stuff is at the top. So again, I'm gonna dump the whole thing. I just wanna make sure I get all of the things in there. All right, and I'm gonna show you guys what this is looking like up close, just so you guys have a better idea. So here's where we're at right now. You guys see that? So I added the 2 cans of the coconut milk. Again, we started with olive oil, garlic, ginger. We added 2.5 pounds of chicken cut into cubes. And then we added the carrot, and then we added the spices. So there's a couple other things I'm gonna be adding. I like to adjust and balance the flavor to my palate. And I like to do so by kind of balancing out the salty, sour, savory. So I like the salty, sour, savory. So what I like to do is I will kind of taste it, and I'll add maybe a little bit more salt. I like to taste it. I might add a little more squeeze of lemon because I love that balance. Does anyone like this? Do you like that balance of like that sour, salty feeling? I love that. Like, did I tell you guys? So is this video going to be saved? Yes. I have this craving for margaritas. And did I ever tell you guys about my margarita? My like 0 guilt, alcohol-free margarita mocktail. I'm off track right now, but I gotta let this like cook a minute. I'm gonna show you guys. You guys gotta see this stuff. I first found it at this grocery store. This light margarita mixer. There is 0 alcohol in this, right? 1 serving, which is 4 ounces, that's half a cup, is 5 calories. So like I made myself one last night where like I take the glass, I salt the rim, and I just put ice in this because I don't even want the tequila. I just like that salty, sour vibe. And it tastes so good to me. I just love that flavor profile. So now we are going to add the next thing, which is cauliflower. So cauliflower is amazing. It is so good for your hormones because this contains an ingredient called indole-3 carbinol. I have a supplement of this as well. Indole-3 carbinol, the salty sour vibe is nice. Oh, you've made my coconut chicken curry. I love it, Pam. So my friends, if you're enjoying this, I encourage you, number 1, get on the Hormone Reset Supplement Bundle. It's on sale right now, 25% off, and that's this weekend only. I'm trying to chop the base off of this here. You guys want to, let's watch over here for a minute. Okay. And that's just a really awesome deal because it provides you with collagen, the fiber, the probiotics, the prebiotics, and the hormone detoxification. So now we are going to chop the florets. So this is just about to get so delicious. And I'm just excited, so excited. So the thing is, while I like cauliflower rice, I do like cauliflower rice, there's something about just like a nice hearty cauliflower floret. It's just so delicious. So I am chopping this up. And this is, because I've made this recipe so many times, this is roughly probably about 10 ounces that I'm adding in here. But I'm gonna run the macros and stuff after I'm finished this, and I can post them below if you guys wanna try this at home. So here's what we got, my friends. I wanna show you how much. What do I recommend taking the supplements in the morning with the meals? I recommend taking them in the morning. So this is how much cauliflower I'm about to add. All right, and you guys can see, you see this like piece right here, the coconut is still like breaking down. So we're gonna add all of this goodness. All of it. Oh gosh, you guys, it smells so stinking good. Now, who likes spice? Who likes spice? I love spice. So here's what we're gonna do. What are we about to do? I'm adding a pepper. I'm adding a whole pepper. Now, this is a jalapeno. I've made this with serrano peppers before. Oh, who likes serrano peppers? And I'm taking my jalapeno, I'm cutting it really, really, really thin. And I like spice, so I'm adding the seeds and all. Now, if you don't like spice, you can skip this altogether. But if you like a little bit of spice, just remove the seeds. But if you're gonna remove the seeds, be very, very careful with your hands, because if you get those seeds on your fingertips, they have a special oil on them, and you cannot touch any mucous membranes. If you ever touch a jalapeno, never touch your eye or never touch anything that has a mucous membrane, because you will burn yourself. Okay, so serrano peppers, aren't they just good? There's this Thai place near me that has, oh, all right. So you guys can see, I cut them thin, right? Like, I just want you guys to see like how thin I cut them. I wanted them to be really thin because I want the flavor to like really migrate and travel. So we have that. Now I'm going to also add broccoli, because I love me some broccoli. We're gonna add broccoli as well. I'm gonna top it off with kale at the end. And then obviously I'm gonna add like the lemon juice and salt and all that good stuff. So I'm adding a head of broccoli. Again, this is roughly another 10 ounces. I'm gonna chop this up. So if you guys are enjoying this, this is just an example of the type of food that you will have access to on the Hormone Reset Protocol. Again, can you see improvements in 21 days of rebalancing your hormones? The answer is yes. You can easily lower your insulin levels. You will lower your cortisol, and you can bring your estrogen to progesterone ratios in balance, you guys. And the thing is, you don't need to be on pharmaceutical drugs to do so. You can cook using real whole foods. And if it's hard for you to get that much from the food, take the fiber supplement part of the Gauge Life bundle. Use our collagen, and you have to enjoy. But the thing is, you guys, this recipe, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the first time I ever had this, you know what it felt like? Again, you guys are gonna think I'm corny for saying this. It felt like I was giving my body a hug. Does that make sense? Have you ever just ate a meal that was just so nourishing and delicious, and it made you feel better, and it made your digestion better, and it made your bloating go down, and it made, like, you know, your bowel movements are more regular, and you have energy and you feel good? I'm telling you guys, like, this is what needs to be happening. Because, like, if your food is draining you, if your food is just not making you feel like your best self, it's gonna be a problem. Now, okay, a couple things. Do you see how high this is? I just want to pick this up. This is like really full, so there's not a lot of room for this. So what I need to do is I need to kind of like rearrange it and like let this stuff kind of like cook down. You cannot eat cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, or broccoli. You get pretty sick. No, I understand exactly what you mean. If you do get sick from those things, I would encourage you, though, to supplement with the indole 3-carbinol so you can get the therapeutic dosages of the phytonutrient without the gassy side effects of those things. If you can't eat cruciferous vegetables, like if you can't do Brussels, cauliflower or broccoli, I suggest you do string beans, string beans, carrots, and zucchini. Now, they're not going to have the same benefit with regards to the indole 3 carbinol, so you definitely want to do the IC3. But, all right, so we got this all incorporated. See, we got everything incorporated. Now, there's 2 more steps. I'm going to add some lemon. So I'm going to do juice from half of a lemon. We could do the whole lemon. It's just a matter of how you like that taste, but you kind of need to balance it out. You know what ends up happening, guys? When I reheat this, I typically end up squeezing fresh lemon over it anyway and adding a little extra salt. So I have all of that there. Now, this sauce is a little watery right now. I'm going to thicken it up. And I'm going to thicken it up with my favorite sunflower butter. And I think a lot of you guys might be like, you mean you are putting nut butter into a curry? Yes. You guys, if you've never put almond butter, sunflower butter, I'm allergic to peanuts, so I don't use those. But putting a nut butter inside of a curry, like a coconut-based curry, is divine. It is so good. So here we go. We're gonna take this. It just makes it nice and thick. So that's 1 tablespoon. And again, I have tons of recipes like this in the Hormone Reset Protocol. 2. We're gonna add 3. 3 heaping tablespoons. Guys, this is about to be so good. So good. All right. So the thing is, now I got it in here, I have to like stir it because you guys know nut butters are thick and I don't want it to just be like in one clump in the corner. So I need to like stir it around really good to make sure that the heat, you know, allows it to kind of be evenly dispersed. So again, you guys, for those of you guys who are watching this, I do ask to please give this live stream a thumbs up. And then I also ask that if you guys need to get started on the Hormone Reset, you guys can pick up the supplements on gaugelife.com. You don't need a promo code. No code is needed for that 25% off offer. And no code is needed for the $79 off of $199. So if you want to sign up for the Reset Protocol, just the meal plan piece, you don't need to do the supplements to get the benefits, but you'll get maximum results with them. Your youngest loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I use sun butter for school lunches. Nice. Sun butter is just nice. All right, so I have all of that in there. Now the last piece is kale. I got all of this kale right here. I've been working off of this. Again, I got this from the farmer's market. And I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to chop it up. But, and guess what? Look what I found. I found my cooking scissors. And so I'm going to chop this up. We're going to add a lot of kale, guys. We're going to add a lot of kale. Because this is just going to be so good for you. So good. Who likes kale? Oh, good. I'm glad that you're excited to make healthy food. And I'm not sure who else likes kale, but let me ask you guys a question. What do you like more, kale or spinach? See, I've been team spinach for a long time, but it just depends on my mood. I've been making these kale salads, and kale is all right. Kale's all right. But some people hate kale. Am I going to wash the kale? The answer is yes. I have it all chopped up here. I am going to give it a good little rinse. All right, let me get my things here. All right. So, spinach for sure. You may have to talk to your team because you not have indole 3 carbinol either. It gives you lots of water retention. Shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM over on Instagram. All right, so I have my, does anyone have one of these, this is amazing. You can rinse, hang on. I'm saying it's amazing, and there we go. All right, so I'm gonna add all of the hard dish. It depends on the dish, yeah. Has anyone here ever made kale chips? Kale chips are a free food on my plans, by the way, friends. Kale chips are a free food, meaning you can have as much as you want. Okay, so here we go. Rinse, rinse, rinse. All right, so now we're gonna add all of that to the dish. And then basically, friends, that's it. That's it. So I'm gonna add this in here, but now the last piece, it's really just adjusting the flavor. So for instance, maybe a little bit more salt, maybe a little bit more pepper, maybe a bit more lemon, but that's all you really need to do. And I end up kind of tweaking the flavor a little bit for myself when I end up tweaking the flavor like right before I'm about to eat it. But there's what we have. Oh gosh, I'm so excited to eat this and portion this out. Indole 3-carbinol will help you so much with menstrual cramps. No, girl, keep it 100. And now that I have it at this point, you guys, I'm gonna turn the stove off and I'm gonna start cleaning up my mess. Is anyone else here like a mess? Like, look at this mess I made. I got a mess. Is anyone else here a mess when they cook? I wish I could be better at it, but I'm notoriously messy in the kitchen. But anybody who wants to get on top of this, you guys, don't throw lemons out. I always like to put them in the drain. So if you're just joining this, we made a hormone balancing chicken curry loaded with veggies. We're cleaning up the kitchen now, and I'm taking questions. I do want you guys to know that we do have a sale on the Hormone Reset Supplement Bundle, 25% off on gaugelife.com. We also have a sale on the Hormone Reset Meal Plan. It was originally $199. It is on sale right now for only $79. So there's two big sales. Can I take Indole 3-carbinol without being on a plan? The answer is yes, you can. Absolutely. And we have Indole 3-carbinol available on gaugelife.com. All of the quality is not created equal. Your Grammy taught you to clean as you go. And you know what it is? I know you're supposed to clean as you go. My mom taught me all of that. But like, I just get so focused on what I'm doing. So putting these things away. And as that continues to just, like I said, I turned, ooh, you know what? I'm going to add some more lime juice. Just because I like that salty sour vibe. And I didn't add any salt. So I'm going to add some salt now. But again, do the salt, pepper to your taste, to the taste that you like. Now I have all this. I'm going to throw all the stuff out. But this was a lot of fun. If you guys want me to do more like meal prep with me's, we could absolutely make it a meal prep party because this was fun. I really enjoy talking to you guys, as you know. But here's the thing, my friends. Please don't neglect yourself. Please have mercy towards yourself. I do have to get moving here because I have an appointment shortly. But have mercy towards yourself. Start taking better care of yourself because you love yourself, not because you hate yourself. And remember that if you have hormonal belly, like I've talked about in a lot of my videos, if that's you, you have to address your hormone health first before you focus on fat loss. And it's the best thing that you can do for yourself. And I know a lot of you guys are procrastinating taking care of yourself, but the thing is, you really shouldn't do that. You need to make your health a priority. This was so much fun. Maybe we could start doing this every weekend. I mean, I really enjoyed this. This was fun. And I love talking to you guys. So we will make this a regular thing. And then, guys, that's it. Other than that, guys, I want you to have a wonderful morning. Take care. And again, gaugelife.com for 25% off of the Hormone Reset Supplement Bundle. Comment for the link, or if anyone wants to talk to me about anything I said and you just don't want to bring it up here publicly, that's fine. Message me on Instagram at gaugegirltraining if you want the link to the Hormone Reset meal plan. So take care, everybody. Have a great Saturday. Bye now.